Hey, what's up, everybody? I figure a lot of y'all had to know this was coming. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about how bad this fusion is, so we have to talk about this because I just don't agree that he's garbage. And this, again, this is the tendency I've noticed to lean toward a fusion being garbage because he doesn't immediately fit into the in-game meta. But this dude is not bad. Now, is he bad in the sense that we need other things in the game? Yeah. Is it bad that it's another Magic champ? Yeah. Is it bad that it's not a Skinwalker? Yeah. There's reasons that it's annoying, for sure. But as far as the champ goes, standing on his own, I don't think he's that bad. So let's talk about his kit, talk about why I don't think he's that bad. Aside from the fact that it is annoying, I agree that it's annoying that it's not a Skinwalker. I agree that it's annoying that he looks like kind of like a Skinwalker. It's almost like they're trolling us. But I want to talk about the champ himself and not the other reasons that this is annoying and that this is bad, okay? A1. We got a 2-hitter with a 50% chance of knocking the turn meter back by 5%. And a 50% chance of filling his turn meter by 5% with each hit. Each hit. Now, could this be better? Sure. I imagine with books, these percentages are going to go up. I don't know how much. I'm assuming we're probably looking at, I mean, maybe it gets to 100% when he's booked. So now we're looking at 10% turn meter knockback and 10% turn meter fill on the A1. Not awful, right? It's not game breaking, but it's got some Fire Knight progression utility, right? He's a multi-hitter with turn meter manipulation. That's not so bad, right? It's okay. For an A1, it's fine. A2, AoE heals all allies by 10% of this champion's max HP. Heals allies under continuous heal buffs by 15% of his max HP instead. I assume that with books, I don't know if they're going to go with damage for books. I don't know if they're going to go with increased heal percentage for books. I imagine there's a cooldown in here, so this probably gets down to a 3-turn cooldown would be my speculation. So this on a 3-turn is not bad, right? We've got an AoE attack mixed with a heal, so now he can do, potentially, if you put him on a stun set, taunting set, something along those lines, now we've got potential crowd control with healing in the same skill, and he's going to heal allies under continuous heal by more, right? He's an HP champ. He's probably going to have good base HP. It's going to be easy to scale. It's going to be a decent heal, right? It's not going to be a crazy heal, but it'll be a decent heal. And we'll talk about why it's going to be fine that it's not a crazy heal as we get into the A3. Again, 3-turn cooldown is my speculation. Not so bad, right? He'll get that out pretty frequently. A3. Removes all block buffs and heal reduction debuffs from all allies. Then places 2 continuous heal buffs on all allies for 2 turns. Also has a 75% chance of removing 1 random debuff from all allies. Again, my speculation here would be that you probably get this up to 100% chance and another cooldown, right? So both of his skills are on a 3-turn cooldown. Again, speculating. So he's placing continuous heals to set up for the A2, right? He's offering continuous heals to the team so that his A2 will heal more regularly. He's also putting continuous heals on, so this compensates for the fact that his A2 heal is not that beefy, right? It's not going to fill anybody's health up, but this roughly 6 to 8k heal, maybe 10k when he's doing the 15%, if you get his HP pretty high. On top of the fact that there's continuous heals triggering every time that your allies take turns, he's offering a good bit of healing. That's a pretty good bit of support, right? He's going to contribute well to longer fights, I would say. Where the waves are tankier, where you're not speed running these waves, not so bad, right? And then again, 100% chance, I bet, when it's booked, of removing a random debuff in addition to any block buffs or heal reduction on a 3-turn cooldown. Speculating, not so bad. He's got a passive. Each time a continuous heal buff heals an ally, fills that ally's turn meter by 5%, and if you have more than one of them, it only works once. So again, might not seem like much, but now we're talking offering heals. He's offering 2 continuous heal buffs for the team, so every time they take a turn and that triggers, they're going to get 10% turn meter straight out of the gate. If you have anyone else on the team offering continuous heals, that's a lot more turn meter cycling just by having him on the team. Also more likely to get this 15% heal off instead of just the 10% heal off. If you have Wither, Now we're talking about some crazy synergy, right? Because she's going to explode continuous heals, and every time one of them triggers, the whole team's getting turn meter from it. So if you're able to stack continuous heals and then explode them with Wither, you're going to be turn cycling like crazy, which is just going to get him back around to this and this more often, right? You could also throw him on a reflex set. He could be pumping these out more frequently. So I think he's a fantastic progression champ. I don't think he's in game. I don't think he's a speed team farmer, but not everybody has to be that, right? Not everybody has to be that. What's going to be the big factor here is how difficult they make this fusion, because he's clearly a progression champ, right? I'm not making a case for him in the end game, but early and mid game progression, if you're struggling, I think he's going to be great in Doom Tower waves. I think he's going to be great in dungeon waves where you might be struggling. I think he's going to be really good for stuff like that. There could be some fun things to do with him in Arena. Again, if you've got a Wither and you wanted to play around with him that way, I think there's some fun things to do. I don't know that he's going to fit in anything super serious in Arena. We'll see. We'll see what they do with him, but progression, man, early mid-game progression, I think he's great. I think he's going to be real beefy. I think he's going to be hard to kill. I think he offers pretty good support. I don't think he deserves to be getting any hate. I think if anyone's getting hate here, it's Plarium for not giving the game what the game needs, right? But as far as this champ goes, I just don't think he's that bad. So that's my take on him. I'm interested to hear why we think he's just garbage, right? Why everybody's immediately thinking they just want to skip him and that he's going to be trash. I think the only way that this fusion is bad is if the fusion's too hard for the players that would benefit heavily from this champ to do it. I feel like this should probably be an easier fusion. So we'll see what they do. We'll see how tone deaf they really are here as far as the quality of this champion versus the difficulty of the fusion. So that's my defense of him. I don't think he's that bad. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get him. A lot of you know I'll be on vacation for the next 2 weeks. I will not be playing this game at the rate that I would need to play it to finish a fusion. So I'm probably going to miss him anyway. So I don't know that I'll get to showcase much of him, which is unfortunate. I would love to get him and be able to show how I'm using him and why I think he's good, but I don't know. Either way, I don't think he's that bad. I'm interested to hear why you guys think he's so bad. And that's it, man. We'll wrap this one up here. I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully, especially if you're early or mid-game, I've swayed you or given you some other input that at least make you consider picking him up. Because if you're progressing through the game right now, I think he's going to do a lot of good for you. So that's it, man. Appreciate you guys watching. Later.